I've curated a list of the chicest places on the internet, and this is that list. This is a curated collection of inspiration sources from DJs, artists, journals, design, indie radio, you name it. The first mention, HUMANO Studios. I have a soft spot in my heart for vinyl sets, and particularly when they're in the soul, funk, jazz genre. Jazz fusion is where it's at for me, and I love sets like that. I love seeing live vinyl sets. I love watching vinyl sets on YouTube, and there are so many amazing DJs, more that I will touch on in this video. However, first DJ mention is HUMANO Studios. They have lots of DJs that come in and play their style of music, what they're into, and by far, so far, it's one of the most diverse channels that I've seen. The artists are all so different. The DJ sets are also different. There's even one that I listen to when I'm writing my Substack posts or writing poetry or something a little bit more in depth where I want to just escape into my own mind. There are these amazing experimental sets that are so ambient and so different, and it's just an amazing orchestra of sounds and experimental music, and it's divine. So if you are looking for something to have in the background while you're working, while you're creating, check out HUMANO Studios. Amazing. Keeping in the theme of DJs, I wanted to share my next one, which is BISOU Radio. They do bi-weekly sets based in their Brooklyn studio in New York, sometimes out of the Brooklyn studio, and they are amazing. Love them so much. They have a great selection of work. I love their R&B sets. Great way to start the morning. I often start my morning with their sets when they come out, and I'm always hanging out for new ones. They get other DJs to come in as well, but it's run by Ferris and Seema. I hope that I pronounced Seema correctly. They're both two creatives that have come together, and I think what they're doing is amazing, and also creating a platform for other DJs to come in and share their music, their creations. I think it's fantastic. And as I said, I genuinely love their selection of songs. They do great sets. I'm gonna skip ahead to Club Carter Radio. This is an independent radio station that is run by Sigrid Carter, hosted and curated right out of her apartment. I think it's so cool. It's different than just listening to Spotify, because a lot of Spotify is like AI curated now, and I love listening to people's raw, real, this is what I love listening to type energy. I love discovering new artists, and I also love doing that through other people and what they're listening to, and I love offbeat kind of stuff. So if you love sort of indie music, a bit of experimental stuff, go check her out. She runs an amazing little radio station. I think it's the coolest thing ever, and the vibes are there. The vibes are immaculate. That's all I can say. My last music related rec for this video is SINEPHRO. There are 2 albums on her YouTube channel that I just love. I've listened to them from start to finish. They've fueled so many creative ideas for me, and they just send you into a totally different world. Not to mention, as soon as you go onto one of those albums, the YouTube algorithm recommendations for you are gonna be it. I'm just saying, you're gonna go down the rabbit hole and experience all of these channels, and your algorithm will be forever changed in the best possible way. I'm telling you right now, it's the best thing ever. I love opening my YouTube. This is just endless. Everything keeps showing up, and I just have endless recommendations. So there will probably be another one of these. Maybe I'll do these like bi-monthly, we'll see. So Nala SINEPHRO is a Belgian experimental jazz musician based in London. She is really well known for her ambient jazz compositions. As I told you, jazz fusion is my favorite genre. I love seeing jazz infused in all kinds of different ways and mixed into different genres and experimented with, and yeah, I love that stuff. I love it so much. The amount of times I wake up in the morning, I just get hyped to jazz house music, and next thing I know, I've cleaned the entire apartment, I've redecorated, I've done a painting. Like, this is what it evokes, okay? It just is magical. And Nala SINEPHRO is no exception. Everything she creates, the whole composition, all the musicians involved in creating these albums are just unbelievable. I would absolutely love to see her live. I think that would be the most incredible experience. So, my apologies, it is Nala SINEPHRO, not SINEPHRO. Nala SINEPHRO. I just had to check that because I hate, it's my pet peeve. I'm a voiceover artist by trade. I want to make sure that I am getting pronunciations right, especially names. I feel like that's just a respect thing. So, Nala SINEPHRO. Absolutely amazing. Go check her out. She composes, produces, mixes, records. I mean, it's just amazing. And she has this contribution of incredible jazz artists that make these, just build up all of these sounds. And what you hear is just a pure symphony. Unbelievable. You have to go check it out for yourself. It's one of those things. So please go check her out. Now I'm going to move on to some journals that I love. These are like online cyber journals, video journals, and publications as well. So the first one is Nostalgia. Nostalgia is a super intimate, real look at artists into their world, into their studios, behind their artworks. Really intimate, nice feel. It's not overproduced. It's not surface. It's not commercial. It's just real. It's real, and it presents art in the way that it, I think, was always supposed to be presented, in a just natural way. The artists themselves are so extraordinary that they don't need all of this embellishment around them. It can just be sitting down at a table and that's it, talking and answering questions and doing what they do best. I loved watching recently their video on Karen Bones. She does these amazing miniature sets. Basically, she turns recycled cardboard into real life, tangible portraits, like miniature portraits of these buildings in Scotland. They have such a charm to them, the same kind of charm that these heritage buildings have. So she was amazing to watch. You just watch her work and it's wonderful in her shed. And this is what nostalgia is all about. It's about stories and people and cultures and spaces. I feel like it's a great way of connecting with people and places and things all over the world that you have never seen before. Maybe you'll never get the chance to see. It's crazy, and I love how grounding it is to hear other people's stories and hear what drives them and what inspires them and what they do every day. And it reminds you that the world, there are so many different lives that make up this world. This string of humanity is so expansive and filled with creativity. It's in our innate human nature to create and to make art in all forms and storytell. That's another humongous trait of us strange, bizarre human beings. We storytell, And it's important to write these stories, consume these stories, pass on these stories. Another reason why I really wanted to not just enjoy these things for myself, but share them. This stuff is made to be shared. It shouldn't be gatekept. It needs to be passed along. So this is me passing along to you, which leads to my next journal that I wanted to share with you, Hometown Journal. Hometown Journal is the same kind, it's along the same kind of lines where it's very intimate. It shows you behind the scenes. I've put in the description one of my personal favorite videos from Hometown Journal just to curate this even further and give you really like the experience through my own eyes. That is just one of the videos that really stood out to me, although I love all of Hometown Journal's videos, but this one in particular, I really connected with Juliet, the artist, who is amazing, and I love the way everything's put together. I love the intimacy, literally sitting at a candlelit table talking about art and inspiration and humanity. It's the most beautiful, raw thing and is super healthy to consume in this world that is so, at times, superficial and surface. We forget about the depths that we all carry as a society, as humanity. It's easy to forget how deep we all are, actually. Even those who seem the most shallow in this world, they too have depths unimaginable. We are all deep as individuals, whether we believe it or not, whether we see it or not, whether we've tapped into it or not. Some people haven't tapped into it, and But alas, this stuff is important, okay? Really important. Much love to Hometown Journal. I adore. Here's another journal / video diary artistic space. I don't know, these places, these platforms are so diverse and beautiful, it's almost hard to describe them. NOWNESS, I love NOWNESS as well. They are art, design, fashion, beauty, music, culture, food, travel from all over the world. Again, it's another way to really peek into the world that exists beyond our own. Beyond our lives that we live every single day. There is a world filled with cultures and people and artists, and there is so much that is unexplored, and it's really nice to at least tap into this stuff, even if it's just for like 10 minutes over a cup of coffee. I think that's one of my favorite things to do if I'm not creating myself, is consume, but be careful of what I consume, because even of late I found myself mindlessly scrolling again, and whenever I do that, I find that my mental health starts to simultaneously suffer, and I'm like, don't think that's a coincidence. And it's not a coincidence at all. We know this by now. So that is where I start tapping into this curated list and this curated list only, and the recommendations from these curated lists, because they recommend channels and videos that are quite similar in nature, and I just kind of limit myself to that stuff because it's important, it's informational, educational, inspirational, all the alls. So yes, NOWNESS is a channel that I've been following for quite a long time as well. They do interviews with artists, they do short films, they do all kinds of things. It really is a mixed bag of culture and just exploration, and you can find pretty much anything on this. There's dancers, there's painters, there's sculptors, there's what else is there? Family history, photography, DJs. There is no shortage of creative expression on this channel, and whatever you're into, you'll find it here. If you're looking for an art form, or you want to stumble upon an art form that you've never seen before, go here. Or whatever you don't even know you're looking for, you'll find it. My lucky last recommendation for you is Make Art Not Content. It's a podcast that I've been following for years. When I think about Make Art Not Content, I think matter of fact, cut the crap, no sugarcoating, complete creative expression. This is how you become a prolific artist if you want to become a prolific artist. I love the fact that there is just no cutting corners. There's no, as I said, no sugarcoating. This is the cold hard facts, put in the work, and there's some really great information throughout that podcast that I've just been lapping up over the years. And honestly, it's really, really helped me develop my own art and my own discipline. It's hosted by Father Bronx. I just love it, okay? You just have to listen to it. There's no way that I can describe it to you unless you just listen to it. Keep your mind open, go listen, and it's great. It really just, it takes away this whole, I don't know, like fluffiness. What am I trying to say? It's so hard to describe these things because I love them so much. Does anyone else get that? It's the fact that there's so much fluffiness sometimes around creating things, and then we get this weird imposter syndrome that comes in because we're not actually throwing ourselves full force into things because we're like, oh, this is just silly, like this is da da da. But if you actually start acting, embodying an artist mentality, things shift. Doesn't matter if you're making get ready with me videos or you're making a painting or a sculpture, whatever it is. If you come at it with this shifted perspective, the whole world will open up for you, and the inspiration, you'll just open the floodgates. Not to say there won't be dips and hard times, but this is the kind of podcast that will get you out of the weeds when you are in the thick of it. So check it out. You won't regret it. And that is the list. Things that ground me back, things that I think are so chic. This beautiful group of people from all different walks of life around the world have created all these different beautiful spaces under the one kind of umbrella that just feed your soul. It's the stuff that we should be consuming more of because it really does. It's food for the soul, this stuff. And if you are in a cycle where you are loving to consume at the moment, consume wisely, curate your feeds, start seeking out things that are different, things that are a little offbeat, and you'll be amazed at what you can find out there. I'm constantly finding new things, which is why I say, if you do like these kinds of videos, I'm happy to do these as like a bi-monthly thing, because I promise you I will have some more. Please, if you do check out any of these beautiful channels or spots or DJs, whatever, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Share the love, follow them, support them, and yeah, I don't know, tell them I sent you. Who knows? I think that's it for me tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was nice and romantic, candlelit dinner while we talk about things that are just innately chic and the future and just the earth, the mother earth of humanity. Oh, gooey and amazing. So yeah, that is me. I'm gonna go probably try and find some more channels, listen to some more DJ sets, and I will talk to you in my next one. Okay. Mwah. Baci, ti amo e ciao.